Greetings, everyone, and welcome to my show, Self-Love and Conversation. But you know, this is the Women Rising movement in the body of Christ. And I just thank y'all for listening to me once again. This is my third podcast, and I have a special guest with me, and I'm so grateful that she is here because she's my girl. This is my girl. I appreciate her, and I'm gonna just read a little bio because you guys, we've been talking about acceptance in this particular show. Fitting in versus standing out is something that I think we all need to discuss because that deals with acceptance. And so she's on here to talk about that journey. And her name is Chandra Brooks. I've been having y'all wait. Yeah, my girl's here, Miss Chandra Brooks. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She is an award-winning socialpreneur, y'all. She's a best-selling author, community leader, TED Talk speaker, y'all, and a founder of Vision School and the Powerhouse Women. She's also an advocate, an esteemed social justice warrior, a civil engagement. Look, I can keep going down the line with her receipts because she got a lot of receipts. I wanted her to come on here to talk with us about fitting in versus standing out. And I tell you, she stands out. I mean, I love her. She is so special to me. She's been in the community. I met Chandra at the African American Community Service Agency.
Did we meet there?
Yes.
Okay.
We were
I
sitting.
remember.
Yeah, and we it was the Martin Luther King brunch. It was during, I think, this time of the year.
The lunch is happening on Monday.
Yeah, it was at the African American Community Center.
Something else that they had.
It was something that they had. It was at the center.
Okay.
And we sat at the table. It was me, you, and Letitia, and you spoke, and you were a women's commissioner.
Commissioner.
Yes.
Oh, was it my commission sat at the table or be on the commission?
Yes.
That I did?
Yes.
I came to that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a few years ago. That was
several years ago, actually, not a few.
Man.
That was like 2015 or 2014 or something.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you know, and so we have a relationship over that time. And you know, I've seen her from that time. I've met her to where she's at right now, which is powerhouse. I call her a powerhouse. And I just thank God for us connecting. And so, Chandra, I want to introduce you to my peoples, just tell the people a little bit about what you do. Tell them.
I'm so excited. Thank you, Marilyn, for having me on your show. I respect you. I think you're a wonderful, amazing person, and you have a gift of helping women and helping women heal. And I seen that years ago when I first met you. So I've been honored to guide you, to support you, to connect you, to introduce you to people, to just be by your side and available to you whenever I could, right? As a connector in the community, you know, and knowing what's out there, what resources are out there to help you and whatnot. But I'm glad we stay connected. I know you have a good heart and a heart of helping people. So I'm grateful to know you and to be on your show today. So I'm Chandra Brooks, like you said, founder of the Powerhouse Academy and the Powerhouse Women. I started this movement 5 years ago, and I haven't worked for a company for the last 5 years. When I had a vision because I was in leadership in the community and doing these things. And there was so much red tape and politics. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of all this. I couldn't really make the change that I really wanted to make by sitting on these restricted boards and commissions and rules. And I don't like rules. And we're going to talk about that today. We talk about standing out and fitting in. I knew I had to stand out. I knew I had to do something different, something bigger and bolder. And I wanted to do it my way. So I took a leap and I took a chance. And I started my business and then created this movement behind me, which is the Powerhouse Women.
Yes. And she surely is doing that. She is amazing in her gift to bring out things in women, men too. She works with men. So God has given you a gift. And I know, tell me about your faith walk. Talk about your faith walk and how you got there in your, even within your faith.
Yeah, well, I can't say that I'm like super religious, right? I am. Yeah. When I was younger, I would go to church, and I would, go to church even as a young adult, even as a young mom. I felt drawn to church. I would go to Jubilee. I went to Jubilee. I went to small other small churches, and I always felt good and remembered I belonged there. And I also, I don't know if you see me post about Tim's story. Do you know who Tim Story is?
No.
Pastor Tim Story. Yeah. And he is a healer, right? He's a healer and also like a prophet in a way, where he prophesied on me and told me that I was going to do some amazing things, and I was going to inspire women, and I was going to inspire the masses. I remember he did that. I was like 19, 20, maybe 21 or something. And he told me that. And that always stuck with me, right? That always stuck with me. And I've always had a connection to church, and I would go. I just had to feel it, right? It had to feel right. And sometimes, so I'd be away from the church for several years, but go back. But I've always had the foundation, and I always know that God has my back. I felt like I was giving back in faith in different ways. Like I had my own ministry. Powerhouse is my ministry. The work that I do with women is my ministry, right? Of doing the right thing, making more stronger, bolder women that are taking care of their community and politics, that are helping the underserved and the people who maybe have less than. So these are building up women that can give money and give back and really serve in a higher way and
in their community.
Yeah. So I feel like that's my ministry. And what I feel recently more drawn to God and to understand that this is the gift that he gave me, right? And really appreciating that in a more deeper way as we get older, really understanding it. It's like, this is not by accident, that thing, and we all have something, right? That's festering inside of us. And that voice is him speaking to us, right? And we need to listen, and we need to take action on that. And so I feel like I have my own walk, and I do it every day. Right?
We all do, girl. That's what we do. We have to walk. We have to keep walking, and we can't stop and pushing forward. And, I want people to also know your story, because we're talking about fitting in versus standing out. You tell your story better than anyone else, but you are a teen mom.
Yeah.
You've been through so many different things to get to this point. Talk about your past and some things that helped you to.
Well, I think when I was in high school, I always felt like I didn't fit in. I got kicked out of like 3 different schools in the East Side School District. And I always, people would always try to fight me, right? It was always a fight. And I never was fighting, I never started a fight, but I had to participate if I was being jumped on, right? I had to protect myself. So I got kicked out of 3 schools, and ended up going to like 3 or 4 schools in the East Side School District, and dealing with that. And it was a challenge, not being able to fit in, and knowing I always had something different. I knew that I was, what I would tell people is like, I would be at family funerals. I would be the kids speaking at the funerals, talking about, like, we need to come together. We need to, I was preaching at these. Because, when family gets together, it's usually only at funerals. So
Yeah.
always like be preaching that is like, why are we fighting? Why are we bickering? Let's come together and speaking. And so I always had a voice, you know, some type of attraction to the stage, attraction to just being different than everybody else.
Yeah.
And having a vision. I've always had a vision from a young age that I was going to do something big. I just didn't know what it was. So I always knew I had something different inside of me and that I was different from everybody else. And I think like the people that are meant to do that feel this thing. I truly believe we all have that. Like, we just don't think like everybody else. We don't move like everybody else. We know that something's festering inside and we are like, we can't brush it off and we can't just push it to the side and ignore it. But I've always felt that difference. So I became pregnant at 17 and I walked across the stage pregnant, right? Had my daughter a few months later after that in January. And it was hard. I didn't go to college right away, right? I didn't go to college right away. I had to work. I had to get some jobs. And then I landed into teen pregnancy prevention because, like I said, God doesn't make any mistakes. Like, purposeful, right? He doesn't make any mistakes. So, you know, I knew I wanted to get back to women who were teen moms. I wanted other teens to not have to deal with what I dealt with. So I found a teen pregnancy prevention program and I went to that place like at 19 and was like, you guys got to hire me. I'm your poster child right here. You guys got to bring me in. And so they were like, oh, well, you're not qualified. You know, usually you have to have a degree to come work here. And I was like, I'll prove myself, hire me, and I'll be the best at this. So they hired me and I became a health educator within the teen pregnancy prevention program. And like within a couple of years, I became the coordinator and then I became the director and I started writing grants for that program, federal grants, state grants. So this is how I got into nonprofit world, is that, you know, I learned, I figured it out like in nonprofit. We had to write grants to continue the money to flow in. So I taught myself and I would study federal grants to learn how to write these grants to get the millions of dollars and understand where this money came from. And I funded our program. So we had plenty of money and we were doing teen pregnancy prevention programs across the country, everywhere. So I learned how to run a nonprofit, programs, grants and stuff like that. And that's kind of where my community work was grounded. And that was at Economic Social Opportunities in San Jose. And then from there, it just kind of took off.
Yeah. Definitely taking off. Definitely taking off.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what happens, you know, when you're different, you never fit in with the group. You know, fitting in is socially, you're part of a group, you know, it's a part of, you know, you're fitting in, trying to be in a group. I never fit in I tried to fit in, but I knew I was called for such a greater purpose, you know, being raised in the church. I always went to church. But I started to understand, you know, it wasn't enough. I was still missing something. And God started to show me things, to tell me and show me who I am, who I am. It took a while because I during my first podcast, I talked about the words that people would say over you, or tell you that you can't do, you know, you can't, you don't know nothing or whatever. God started to show me things differently in my life. And I started to read more because I didn't have a relationship with God. I was just going to church. Yes. And I didn't have a relationship the way I needed to really have a relationship. And so he kept drawing me closer. Now I knew church. Yeah. But I didn't know God. And so as I started to seek him, he said, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Seek him. And all these things will be added. So he started adding to me understanding where to go, how to move, what I needed to do, because I have to do the work. Yeah. Right. I have to do the work. So he's given me a gift. I'm using that gift to bless others while they plant seeds in me too. because I have to make money to live.
Right.
You know, that's another podcast where I talk about being in poverty and even in the mind.
Poverty mindset. Yeah, I just was writing a post about poverty mindset right now.
You know, it's like I started reading words even in the scripture that gave power to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and every time I started applying those, remember when we sat down and did our thing, the papers we did in the office when we was over at the Capitol Club, when we were sitting down. Now, everyone, let me say, and I know we're supposed to do this only 30 minutes, but this might go a little bit over. Okay.
You're just giving a warning.
Okay, I'm just giving you a warning because we sat down for several hours. The man, how long was it? I got there at it was and I got there 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. And I got there at what time? What time did I get there? I think 9:30, 10. I think I was running 10 o'clock. Yeah. 10 o'clock. And soon as I got there, we talked a little bit and we started to dive in. We was about business.
Yes.
We was about business because I had something. See, this I had standing out. I had to do it. And so there was the scripture that the Lord gave to me when when I told you that this year that it was new season, a newness.
Right.
And I said, Isaiah, the Lord gave me Isaiah 43:18-19. And I actually have a post on Facebook with my picture standing up. And it reads, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and in the rivers in the desert. And so I let everybody know during my first podcast that that's what the Lord had gave me for this new year. So he was having me move differently this year. Yes. Strategic. He wanted me to get focused.
Right.
He wanted me to get focused instead of all these areas, right? He was
exactly what we did.
Look, all these areas, because I do a lot. And then he's like, okay, we're going to do a brain dump. Marilyn, come on, let's get some stuff out.
Right.
And I said, okay, Marilyn, what do you do? Everything, what do you do? What do you do? Tell me everything.
You said everything. I need to know everything.
I was like, uh-oh.
I'm in trouble.
I said, Amari Rice, Women Rising Above Abuse, Legal Shield, Tapestry. I was going all these names, all these things, podcasts, write a book, all this.
Yeah.
And you was like, oh no.
We're gonna pick this.
You're gonna pick one.
Yes.
Pick one, that's it.
Yeah.
And so I picked one and it all added together like a puzzle.
Yep.
It just came together. And so I had to get focused, and you helped me to do that.
Yeah.
You helped me to do that.
Thank you.
And that is, me just stepping out.
Yeah.
And believing, standing out, because it's like, Marilyn, you may not be at everybody's church preaching, traveling to different churches. There's a lane for you.
Yes. Right. And I think that fits in with standing out or fitting in or standing out, because when you are doing 500 things, you're like blending in with everybody. You're like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. But when you zone in and focus, right, you stand out with this own unique movement.
Yes.
Right? And this is what I truly believe in, is really standing out and pushing the boundaries and doing things that your heart really desires to do, those scary things, those risky things when it comes to, I really want to talk about this thing, but I'm scared what people are going to say. Yeah. Or I really want to do it. I'm like, do it. Who cares?
Do it.
Just do it. I want to change the world. I want women to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do it. like it wouldn't be there, like God wouldn't give it to you if you didn't have everything inside of you to make it happen.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
would not give it to you. So it's
Yes.
definitely something that you need to do in order to stand out.
Yes.
To stand
Yes.
out, we got to do our own unique thing that's in here. Not what
Yeah.
everybody else is doing, not Legal Shield, not this.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing Legal Shield,
Yeah,
right?
all that. Doing all that.
Everybody's doing that. Everybody's doing this. You got to do what's inside of you, what
Yeah,
God
what
gave
you're
you.
called to do.
That's why I
Yes.
believe in what I do is so much, because I know how to pull it out of you.
Yes. And you did. And that's what you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you did. And you do it for many, many young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful thing. Everything that you share is just everything that you even shared within the groups for free.
Mm-hmm.
For free. Just you giving nuggets to people, even for free. It's at a limit, because we got to get paid. Hello.
Oh yeah. You know me. I get paid.
Yeah, I know.
But I give a lot, right? And that's about.
And you do that too.
There's a balance.
That is exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And this, everyone, I want to tell you that, you should always have somebody when you're trying to get to another level in life. You have to get to, you have to reach out to those people that are already there.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Mentors. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Mentors. Mm-hmm. And coaches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I know I'm only supposed to do 30 minutes. I actually supposed to be 20. I said I was going to go over. And I didn't want to do that. But I just want to, you have anything coming up anything coming up, soon, so that you'd like to share with any of my listeners, anybody that's listening out here?
Well, on Monday, I'm getting the Drum Major Award from the Martin Luther King.
Yes!
Monday.
So. You know what? Wait a minute. Hand clap.
Yes.
Hand clap.
Thank you. Yeah. And I just wanted to touch on that, because we all need to be drum majors, right? And I think that some people, I had some people reach out to me and like, you play the drums, girl? What does drum major award mean? And I'm like, no, I don't play the drums. I play the drums in a different way, right? I lead the way. The way. And I think that's what drum major award to me means, is leading. And that's another way of standing out, right? We have to lead. We have to lead the way. And so as a drum major, as you see in a bands, right? In big bands, they're in the front. Right? They're the leaders.
Yes.
They're creating the pathway for the rest of the band to come and follow. Right? Yeah. So they're leading the sound. They're the ones in the front. They're the ones that sing first. They're the ones that, to get it right and to set the tone. Right? So, what it means though for MLK Day is somebody who stands up for civil rights, social justice for women, the underserved, and pushes that. And even though I run a profitable business, right, it's still, I underline the whole purpose is for us women to turn around, make a whole lot of money, and give it right back to our communities. And I'm still always fighting for social justice. I'm standing up for women. That's what I do. And this is why I still get acknowledged, is because I stand out.
Yeah.
And this is so important. Is like if you, and the reason why awards to me are important, you get acknowledgement because you get in front of many people that can give you more opportunity and highlight you in the work that you do, not for profit, but to better the world, to better people, to inspire the masses. Right.
Yes.
So, so it's not about, oh, I get to brag that I got this award. No, it actually gives me.
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
It's an honor, Chandra. It is.
It's an honor, but it also is an opportunity to reach more people, right? When I'm able to speak, when people hear my bio, you never know who's listening.
But you know what? That's a day for you to just be honored and be, just absorb it. Because what God has for you is for you. You don't even have to kick it down, because the door gonna open.
Right.
I've been posting that song by Dietrich Haddon. God keep opening door. I can't sing right now. I almost lost my voice, because today I was at a wealth summit. This is pre-recorded, y'all. So those of you, this is pre-recorded. But it's God. He does open doors. He opened doors regardless, but enjoy that moment. That's a blessing. It is, you deserve it. You've done a lot in the community, and people know that, and your gifts will make room for you. Hello. Your gifts make room for you.
Sure. And that's take action on them, though, right? You gotta answer the call.
And there you go. There, when the trumpet sounds too. Yeah, when there's a call. Yes, exactly. Answer the call. And so I want to thank you for being a guest and sharing your gift also. And me even letting them know, because I know you personally, and I was a part of that VIP day.
Yes.
So I thank you, Chandra, and congratulations on the drum award. You do deserve that, and take it in and just enjoy that day, because we see you. Thank you. More will see you. You don't even have to try. Okay. You don't even have to try, Chandra.
Well, I'm telling you that too.
Okay.
You hear me? The same thing you're telling me. I've been pressing you too. You're gifted,
and that's iron. In the word, it says iron sharpens iron.
That's right. And that's what I'm here for.
Amen. That's what iron sharpens iron. So
for sure.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and joining me again today. I'm so honored, and I'm still learning the game, y'all, on how to do everything. And she already was critiquing me at the beginning. I was like, oops, I forgot. I forgot. No, but I was like, yes, that hold me accountable. Hold me accountable.
I'm just trying to help you out, girl.
I know. Hold me accountable, because that's right. Because I got to use that next time. You know what I'm saying? So I have to make sure that I do remember. See, you doing something when you ain't even doing that.
Right.
That's how special you are, girl. Thank you, girl. And I love you. I love you, Chandra.
I love you too. And I appreciate you having me on here. And I just want to tell, your guests and the people that listen is to, follow that gut, right? Follow that gut feeling and that word that, God's speaking to you and he's telling you, I need you to do this. This is what I've called upon you to do. And you need to go after it. You need to listen. You need to answer the call, because that's the only way you're going to stand out. That's the only way you're going to stand out, because a lot of us want to stand out, right? We just don't know. We don't know what to do. It's there for you. The answer's inside of you. The answer's there. Yeah. The answer is there. Just answer it.
Just answer it.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen. All right, y'all. You guys be well, and look up, keep listening every other Thursday. I will be here, and thank you for listening. And Avira, shout out to Avira for letting me use her music once again. Make sure you guys go find Miss Avira, okay? Because her music is the bomb. That song, She Ready, and also a blessed worshiper for Christ. We thank her again. I thank her. Will you guys be well? And I look forward to seeing you guys again on another Thursday. And don't forget to get my book. Okay, books.
Yes.
And go to Marilyn Randolph at MarilynRandolph.com. All right, you guys be well. Love you, and thank you for listening.